pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Seattle Seahawks. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action with Haskins. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was Thaddeus Moss. And now it's 2nd down. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Snap comes at 1. Now Haskins. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
A gain of 15.
15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Number 28.
Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Haskins is going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 12-yard line.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 2nd and goal, Haskins. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown,
A 5-yard touchdown. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. 26 yards. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. It's up and good, so they go the conservative route instead, and it gets them a 7-6 lead here in the opening quarter.
10-6.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Third down, here's Haskins. And James has it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
To Richie James.
15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
First down, Washington.
And to give this time to the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now it's Haskins. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Complete.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's third down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Washington on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Seahawks' 39-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Ball carrier.
So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. This is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Now a handoff looking right. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead.
Justin Hopkins.
And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a gain of 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. A run for Nick Chubb, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
At the 18-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's caught, and he will score. Touchdown, 17 yards out. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. And this puts them on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
Makes the score Seahawks 14, Washington 13. Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. On play action, Haskins. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
25 yards.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this 1st half.
A 52-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
16.
So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, you know?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action now. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
They give the Chubb out of the gun.
The handoff.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Going to give this time to the tailback. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Now Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 13 yards there on a Washington first.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
There on the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 56. Mike, 56.
From the gun, Wilson. He'll find Lindsey here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a first and goal. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
14.
They'll run with Chubb. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Third and goal, option right. He gives it up, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
27-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. As they run the counter play. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And a Washington first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll look to Haskins to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time.
First down, Washington.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Second and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
So they were stopped trying to run the ball on first down. Now they take a sack on second down. The offensive coordinator's got to find a way to flip the script on the defensive coordinator because right now the defense has the advantage.
A tough spot for Haskins in Washington here. Third and long after that last sack. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight one-point game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Here's Haskins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
17.
Big kick right, time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
17-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington is going to win the football game. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes this Washington 26, Seahawks 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
For DK Metcalf, incomplete. A.J. Boye on the coverage.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Throwing now is Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 19.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset.